Hello, I am Dr. Ketki Kamble, working as an assistant professor in Pune. I know Kiran for more than 10 years now, and what can I say about him? He is a life force, genuine, unhinged, and blissful. Very few people have that kind of energy and honesty to touch you to the core, and he is amongst those few. And the way he utilizes that ability is amazing. A well-known poet, Charles Bukowski, once said, you can save the world one person at a time. Rest everything is either romanticism or politics. Kiran has been touching, improving, spreading joys one person at a time, and he is really doing that kind of amazing, fulfilling work, because of which it's always a celebration around him. So bless you, love you, and keep rocking. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ketki. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's highly intelligent Ketki. She's very interesting, very inspiring, very insightful. Ketki has very successfully completed her PhD research from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. I repeat, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And now she is contributing towards one of the well-established engineering colleges in Pune. Ketki is divinely gifted with a spiritual understanding. Yes, at this very young age, clarity. Very, very few people have this amazing clarity, absolute clarity, when it comes to spiritual intelligence. So keeping that clarity, keeping that science, keeping that spirituality in mind, ladies and gentlemen, one of my very favorites, mine and my wife's favorite, Tao of Physics by Fritjof, Capra. This is a kind of reference book because the students like us, I'm also a science student, I did my bachelor's in science. In the world now today, most of us have this kind of acumen or bent of mind, and our inclination towards life is we look always for certain models, we always look for certain equations, so that it can satisfy or pacify our mind, and we say, okay, fine, makes sense, isn't it? So that part is always there. We always look at that, Even we try to connect the spirituality into science, which is actually sometimes very stupid. But when we truly understand the science, when we truly understand the spirituality, we will see that, these are not the opposites. They are not contradictory. They are basically complementary. And I think there is one chapter in this book, understanding or transcending beyond the world of opposites in this book. And one of my gurus, where I spent a lot of time in the commune, Osho commune, Pune, 20 years ago. And in one of his discourses that I still remember of Osho is that someone was talking about the presence of God, the presence of evil, why I do bad things, knowing that I don't want to do bad things, the so-called evil things, but I do that. So Osho in his discourse was referring to an atomic model, basically these three atomic particles, the protons, the electrons, and the neutrons. Yes, and then he talks in that discourse about these are the basic properties, not at the microscopic level, but even at the even at the macroscopic level, even at the cosmic level. When it comes to this existence, when it comes to this manifested world. When we get into mythology or maybe Eastern philosophy, it's like Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, isn't it? Brahma is about creation, creator, like a proton, and when it comes to Shiva, it's about electron. That's basically destroyer in a very positive way, ending that which is not required. Everything has a shelf life, everything is mortal in that sense. And Vishnu is like neutron, is basically balancing the both, is responsible for maintenance, isn't it? So God, generator, operator, and destroyer. Again, and there is one more context. It's like Tamas, Rajas, and Satva. This is like spirituality document. It can be a manual. And you will find a great connect between science and spirituality. As we have seen that every great scientist becomes spiritual, truly spiritual, and every great spiritualist truly arrived, truly accomplished. He has that scientific approach. Even look at Buddha. Buddha is known as physician of life, isn't it? Because Buddha said, whatever I may say to you, whatever I say to you, don't accept it unless you don't experience in your life's context. Yeah, only then you accept. Yeah, and find your own wise. In fact, Buddha's last words were Attadipa Bhava, that you need to find your own light. Yes. So and also Lord Mahavir gave a theory of relativity, Sapekshvad. Whenever someone asked to Lord Mahavir about truth, God, peace, he said may or may not. He said, why don't you find yourself, isn't it? He said it's all about breaking the mindset, because the moment when you make the mindset, when you have this strong belief, yeah, and you get caged into those concrete walls of belief that there is something, then there is no way for light. You will not explore. Yeah. So keep exploring, keep evolving. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your precious time. Let's go explore and co-evolve with Fritjof Capra's The Tao of Physics.